The memories. The memories.
Hello, loyal listeners, and of course, the thousands of brand new listeners that are joining us for Ranks for the Memories, the 12th episode.
Wow.
And yes, wow was right. As you know, loyal listeners, we do like to have some thematic episodes. And so, of course, welcome to our Thanksgiving episode.
Oh, yes. This is exciting.
I'm thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you. And I got a chance to watch the best Thanksgiving movie this week. I don't know if you can think of Thanksgiving movies. Can you guess which one I watched?
Thanksgiving movie. No, I can't. None come to mind.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I'm going to lose a lot of fans on this one. Never, ever seen it.
Wow. Well, probably because your parents were not fans of the F word growing up.
Actually, that is, if ever it has been a true sentence stated, it might be that one.
that your parents are not fans of the F word, even though their last name starts with an F.
Awkward.
Yeah. So there's a lot of F words in that movie, but in 2024, and I'm not offended by it anymore.
Because you're so uncouth.
So I watched it on a Tuesday, and coincidentally, that is when their journey starts, on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
You had live watched it.
I was live tweeting it, or live Xing it,
live podcast it,
live blue skying it now. It was. I mean, it still holds up. John Candy is great in that movie. You got to see it.
I do want to, just because you know how we immortalize our lost actors, lost celebrities. But I don't think we did that in John Candy's case. He really was just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and he was only 43 when he died.
It's funny how the people look a lot older in the 80s than they do now, the same age.
Well, he was a heavy smoker, drinker, and eater. That was not helping him out.
Not necessarily that order either. And heavy swearer too, apparently.
Yes. Yeah, and Canadian. That cold will make your skin wrinkle.
No, did it take place in Chicago like most of those comedies at that time?
Yeah, it was a John Hughes movie. So they were going from New York to Chicago. And, living in Illinois, some of the math doesn't add up when they're like going from St. Louis, and it makes it look like they're taking like a day and a half to get from St. Louis to Chicago. And you're like, no, you could like get there pretty quick.
They should, if only he got in a van with a polka team, a polka band.
Like in Home Alone.
Yes.
Yeah. It is great, but it will not let you down. So if you watch that on Hulu, there's some scenes in there. I mean, you got to prepare, because anytime you're watching a movie from the 80s, like the beats are a little slower. People had a little bit of an attention span back then, so they're not, ripping out.
Man, that's what
jokes
trouble
every 10 seconds.
Doing it.
Yeah, doing.
How many car chase scenes are in this movie? Because I require at least 3 for a movie today.
Oh, well, there's. I'll let you know. There are planes, and there are trains, and automobiles. All in this.
Those are 3 of my favorite transportation modes.
Yeah, and buses.
Whoa! Why didn't they? It was probably too long to name it. Planes, trains, automobiles, and buses, huh?
I think so.
Maybe they couldn't get the copyright for that.
Yep. So yeah, I'm curious to see what you think if you have time.
I will record it on cable and watch it, so I don't get my sensitive ears don't get offended.
There you go. Or just have your wife sit there with a little beeper, and every time.
That'd be nice. Yes, I'll do that. Thank you. All right, thank you for Thanksgiving movie. That's pretty fun. We should have been prepared with top 5 Thanksgiving movies, but there'll only be one, I suppose. So
I think so. Yeah, was there like a Peanuts Thanksgiving special or something like that?
I think it's called It's the Great Turkey, Charlie Brown.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Good jazz music in the background.
Oh man, it is nice jazz music.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, we're doing favorite and least favorite Thanksgiving foods, because as far as I can tell, just like Christmas is really about presents, Thanksgiving is really about food.
It is.
And so we crowdsourced this as we usually do, and it was interesting. I noticed that every time we do food, it's you would think that some things rise to the top, but really is a kind of a question of taste. The crowdsource is all over the place.
All over the place, just like Thanksgiving. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I mean, okay, so I think it's funny that Thanksgiving is all about food, but then they roll out this food that nobody eats. I mean, when's the last time you went to a restaurant, Eric, and ordered turkey?
I can say
That wasn't in a sandwich.
well, even in a sandwich, I can say with 100% certainty, I've never ordered turkey in a restaurant. Ever.
Have you ever ordered stuffing?
I've never ordered stuffing. I did just go to McDonald's and asked for sweet potato casserole, though.
Yeah, and they're like, "Here it is."
They said we only have sweet potato casserole, and I said no, not interested.
Yeah, so this should tell you one thing about how much Americans really like Thanksgiving food is that there's no restaurants. There's zero demand for this food.
I've never thought about that before, Dan. That's very interesting.
Yeah, zero demand.
That we only have once a year. That's very bizarre.
And what are things that we only do once a year? Things we don't like doing. Right? Because this is America where, oh yeah, what's a sometimes food we should only eat every now and then? Oh, fast food. Guess what? 5 years later, we're eating it every day. Pizza used to be a once in a month treat. People eat it every week.
We haven't done pizza since like episode 2. I think we need to circle back to it.
Oh man, pizza's delicious.
Yes.
It should be thanks pizza giving.
It's a shame that we're not eating it now. Now, Dan, I have full disclosure. I maybe am highly unqualified to do a Thanksgiving episode because I don't like Thanksgiving food at all.
No.
I'm a pizza guy. My tastes are very simple. I like pizza. I like burgers. I like trying new things, but then I don't ever try them again. I just like I very much just pizza and burgers. So it's I'm gonna be tough to share my favorites on this one, but I'm excited to hear yours, and I was also pretty excited to see what Crowdsource talked about as well.
As you were saying that you like pizza and you like burgers and you don't like trying new things, I saw an American flag waving in the breeze behind you. And I got real patriotic.
Can we dub in like America the Beautiful and my little mini rant as post-production?
And we can change the words to include like chicken tenders and French fries and things like that.
Those are fine, but I'm just pizza and burgers.
Yeah. Well, did you notice like in the last 10 years, there's all these new restaurants which are always evolving. None of them serve roast turkey, but lots of them serve various forms of fried chicken tenders.
I don't know about your area, but here in Florida, our chicken tender restaurant has exploded.
Yeah.
We've probably with all honesty, we probably have 5 new chicken tender restaurants that have opened up this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, our town, which is literally named Normal, has the same, like 5 or 6. Like here's a place where you can have your chicken tender on a bun. Here's a place where our chicken tenders spicy. Here's a place where it's just chicken tenders.
And the sad thing is, I tried all of them too. I'm like, oh, this place has chicken tenders, but they're in a pita.
Right, like a Bojangles, Dave's Hot Chicken, like you need like all these.
Yeah, and I had Bojangles 3 times this week. If that explains my taste buds, I was in North Carolina. I had Bojangles 3 times in like 3 days.
It's too bad they don't have roast turkey there.
They probably tried it for a day and like, oh boy, nobody ordered the roast turkey.
Okay, so my last thing that I'm going to crap on with Thanksgiving, because it's not that the food is bad, it's that the food is bland.
It's too fancy for me.
It's too fancy for you, but it's fancy. There's not a lot of spices. There's not a lot of textures. It's mostly mush.
It is mush. You're
mush
right.
based. And they're like, oh, we've got all this mush, but the real key is a dry piece of meat. What can we do? Let's get some mush around the meat and then pour liquid on the meat and the mush.
The least healthiest liquid of all ever invented must be covering the mush and the dry meat, or else it's inedible.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So, well, here's my best list. And one theme you will see is not very much mush on my list.
No, mush free.
So I defined the 6 unmushiest things. As you know, we're all about mouthfeel on this podcast.
Oh, we love a good mouthfeel.
And I like my mouthfeel a little crunchy. I don't like feeling like the Gerber baby.
Who doesn't?
All right. So number 6 is salad. I like a good leafy Thanksgiving salad with lots of fixins.
Yes, bacon.
Bacon, sure. Crunchy
Croutons.
candied walnuts or pecans.
Oh, yes. Dan, do you have a go-to salad dressing?
So yes, right now there is a sugar-free D. Hughes sells a salad dressing, and anything you buy will be delicious. There's a sweet Vidalia onion.
Ooh.
You can do.
You lost me at sugar-free, but then you roped me back in with Vidalia onion. Very nice.
So yeah, leafy salad. I'm sure that's on the top of your list as well.
Close.
The other reason why you need a good leafy salad is because you're eating a bunch of mush, and it's just going to sit in your colon unless you get some of that salad in there.
It's like a good base to save you when you're in the toilet later.
It is a good fiber. That's fiber's good for your colon. All right. Number 5, French's onions.
Oh, and if I can compliment you, you are, hopefully I've told you this several times. You're a genius.
Thank you.
You did not say number 5, green bean casserole.
Oh, that's coming later.
You said number 5, French's onions. Because when people say they like green bean casserole, they don't mean they like green bean casserole.
Correct.
Because there's so much mush in that.
It is primarily mush.
You tolerate the mush in order to get the delicious French's onions.
And I'm saying, why not just make the whole casserole out of that?
Oh, in our household, we have it on hand, and we compliment lots and lots of things we eat with French's onions because of how delicious it is.
Oh, it's great. And it leaves a weird little film in your mouth. Have you noticed that?
We have mush in the house. We have to top it with French's onions.
But if you eat the onion, you just feel it's like a little film of that fat from the onion just sticks to you.
But onion is probably healthy, right? So French's onions equals healthy.
Yep. So this is how you're getting your vegetables and things.
The only way I'm eating my vegetables is through French's.
If you look at the label, it probably says not a nutritional source of anything.
It probably does. Not an actual onion.
So French's onions, but I do have to disclaim. The disclaimer is not on top of green bean casserole. So I do not think green bean casserole is a good food, but the top of it is
mush.
All right. Okay. Number 4, corn.
Speaking of nutritional value, is that a urban legend, or is it true that corn has zero nutritional value?
Oh no, it's got vitamins and minerals. Absolutely.
But why is it undigested when it exits?
Well, that's just the sheath, the husk.
Or the inside is gone.
Yeah. You process that. Your body sucks out what it likes and leaves the rest.
I know this is but you and I are dated, so I guess it's okay to talk about dated things. But I will say that in the corn video with that cute little boy,
he's adorable.
One of the best videos I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah, if you don't like that kid, you're a bad person.
Yes, you are.
That kid just is experiencing joy.
And in a world where we need as much joy as possible, we should have daily doses of that kid. So fantastic.
Yeah. No, I think corn is great. I've never tried maize. But you know what I do like are those little fancy corns that people put in like mixed vegetable.
Is it called
Thanks.
candy corn?
No, like they're like little tiny ears, but they're like the size of
Oh yeah, the
tip of
little
your finger.
tiny ears, like you find like in like stir fry.
Yes.
I do like that because I feel like a giant.
I feel like this is an untapped market. Like you could get Americans to eat a lot more vegetables if you just sold bags and bags of those.
What, you're a genius, Dan. I don't know why we're not seeing the little tiny ears of corn more often.
Yeah.
It tricks us into thinking it's fun to eat.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like the same as 2 kernels of corn, but you feel like you're accomplishing a lot more.
And it feels healthier.
It looks healthier.
I
I ate 35 ears of corn today.
I don't think you can pass that whole thing too. Like it probably digests better.
Experiment time. Back on episode 13.
To my knowledge, I've never seen an ear in the toilet bowl.
I'm so glad to hear that.
But no, so I think they should make a new restaurant, which is just called Chicken Tenders and Mini Corn.
It would be the slight edge it needs in the competitive chicken tender market.
I think so. Because their customers would maybe live 30 days longer.
You're saying if I buy 3 chicken tenders, I only get 1 ear of corn. But if I buy 4 chicken tenders, I get 3 ears of corn.
And surprise, they're the size of your thumbnail. Okay, so number 3 is basically going out to all the desserts out there. So, because there can be some great Thanksgiving desserts. Now, I will say the traditional Thanksgiving desserts, not my style, except for pecan pie, and I have that tied with cheesecake. And I know how you feel about cheesecake.
It's well documented.
How do you feel about pecan pie?
Well, first of all, being almost Southern, I prefer to call it pecan pie.
Pecan.
And also, as my simple tastes are well documented, I don't like pie at all in any way, shape, or form.
Wow.
Yeah. Sad. And I know, again, like most things I say, I'm in the minority on this one, but I'm not a pie guy at all. So
if someone says, "Hey, Eric, would you like a pizza pie?" You're like, "No."
Do you have double stuffed Oreos? That's all. That's the only dessert I like pretty much is double stuffed Oreo.
Have you ever had pecan pie?
I've like licked it once,
but you've never taken a full bite.
No, because I'm just not I don't like. I think the pie crust kind of ruins it for me. So for the most part, I don't try pies because I know I'm not going to like the container it's in.
You don't like that crispy, buttery pie crust?
No, I'm not a big. No, I don't like pie. I'm not a big bread in general.
Really?
Yeah. It's a hamburger bun or a pizza crust.
How did I know that you weren't a bread lover?
That my family has nearly kicked me out for it. My family is notoriously bread loving, and and cheesecake loving.
Yeah,
it's amazing they let me keep my name.
Well, you're not gonna like number 2 then, which is rolls. As a kid, this is how I survived Thanksgiving, right? It was just butter and rolls. There's all these kind of mushy foods around, and then you get to the roll basket, and that's where I was hanging out.
Dan, I will admit that's also my strategy. Even this year with Thanksgiving, I grab a handful of rolls and then shove all the turkey into the rolls to make mini sandwiches. And that's how I choke down the turkey. It was literally, I'm sure you feel the same way. You're choking down the main course, the main event that people spent hours making. People setting alarms to start the turkey process. Mm-hmm. And I have to shove it inside rolls just to get it down my gullet. Rolls, I do appreciate a roll.
If you were making Thanksgiving food just for the kids, you would only make rolls.
My nephews only ate rolls.
Yeah.
It was pretty humorous about the fight over how many rolls, the negotiation between parent and child for how many rolls you've eaten, the truth versus the lie, and how many more rolls they sneak when no one's looking. It's just roll central. Yeah,
the planners had it backwards. Don't have a 16-pound turkey and 1 pound of rolls, you should have 16 pounds of rolls and 1 pound turkey.
It'd make everyone happier.
It would. Okay. And then number 1, the best Thanksgiving food is alcohol.
Ooh, grain related. That sounds healthy.
And I'm sure the
Is it a
pilgrims
coping
were into it.
mechanism to be with extended family, or is that too far?
Well, I think it can make a family gathering a little better. I'm sure the early Americans enjoyed it. They sure do now. It's a staple at Thanksgiving. And I didn't realize this until I was an adult because my parents were not, believe it or not, they were not serving me alcohol.
That you were not pounding down tequilas at age 8 at the Thanksgiving table?
Just rolls.
Rolls. Nearly the same effect though.
Pretty much. They both spike your blood sugar and help you gain weight.
I think we both need alcohol to get through that Bears game.
I think, yeah. There were a lot of people coping that night.
I would like to see the spike in alcohol sales after that Bears game in the city of Chicago.
Yeah, just from Coach Eberflus. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's hear yours.
Dan, that was a solid list. Well done.
Thank you.
I wish you would have gone second because you're putting my list to shame. I would like to give a shout out to our crowdsource though. The by far the greatest food choice was stuffing. With a shout out to Mama's Homemade, which I think goes without saying that most people prefer. There's a special, it's not only taste, but also nostalgia when it comes to the recipe that your mom makes. That's, I think, probably a special part about Thanksgiving.
I almost put that on there because a good stuffing does have a lot of textures.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I liked, we had a lot of stovetop growing up, so I do like stovetop, but mashed potatoes came in pretty high.
Mush, yep.
Good. Mushy sweet potato casserole.
Yeah.
And green bean casserole came in high.
The
one I thought was interesting was Brussels sprouts with Gruyere cheese.
That sounds
I want to say I've never had Gruyere cheese, but I'm not going to say that out loud because I don't want to ruin the aura of culture and fanciness around me that probably all the listeners have for me. So I'm going to go ahead and instead say Gruyere cheese is my favorite of all cheeses.
It's a strong tasting cheese. I would actually substitute blue cheese for Gruyere cheese. Do
you mean bleu cheese?
Le fromage bleu.
Is blue cheese German?
I think it's French.
French. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why it's stupid.
Le fromage bleu. All right. French.
Speaking of fromage.
Yeah. Speaking of pretentious jerks.
I'm going to be pretty pretentious here. Dan, yeah. I can't stand Thanksgiving foods.
Well, hey, did anyone put turkey on the list?
No. I think there was one vote?
Yeah. So for the dozens of people that helped us crowdsource, nobody put turkey as their favorite.
That's very telling, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We're force feeding ourselves. We're causing people to spend hours in a kitchen for something that no one actually really likes.
Is there any food that we eat this much of? Is there anything that we destroy just because we hate it other than turkey?
Vegetables, right?
The climate.
This got political, man.
Uh-oh. Get this guy off the air.
Dan, I'm going OG. I'm going OT, original Thanksgiving.
Nice. OGOT.
Yep. OGOT. This is the OGOT. OGOT. Dan, we're learning today. Sorry, listeners. You got two educators talking right now. I did a little research on the first Thanksgiving. There's only actually two documents that document the original Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yep. But a lot of speculation. But these are confirmed from the documents. The sixth best thing that you can eat on Thanksgiving, which I wish I could travel in time and have that Thanksgiving because it'd be 1,000 times better than the mush we eat now.
Uh-huh.
The sixth best food that's from the original Thanksgiving was deer. Have you ever had venison before, Dan?
Just the jerky.
Yeah, me too. I've never had actual flesh. But according to the documentation, it was a freshly shot deer that was served at the first Thanksgiving. So
I
that's
see a lot of deer.
yes, yeah. Believe it or not, and down here in Florida, we see some from time to time.
Oh yeah,
But one of the highlights of going to North Carolina is we get to see a lot of deer.
they're beautiful.
They sure are very elegant and skittish.
Yes.
So 6 is deer. Number 5, I'm going with cod. Are you a fish guy?
I am a fish guy.
Obviously the first pilgrims and Native Americans were limited in what they had. So fish was a giant part of the first Thanksgiving, and I would think that would be quite delicious. Better than turkey.
I'm sure it would be. And did you know turkey was also misnamed?
No, tell me more.
So the people who saw the turkey thought it was this type of bird from the country of Turkey. And so why they call it turkey.
That's funny. I had no idea.
So lots of things in the early American history have their name because we got it wrong.
Thank goodness we've evolved into much more intelligent humankind.
They're still the Cleveland Indians, right?
No, they changed. The Cleveland Indians are Commanders now. The Florida State got.
I thought Washington was the Commanders.
Oh, Cleveland is the Guardians. Sorry.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, the Indians lost their name. The Redskins lost their name, but the Chiefs get to keep their name.
Chicago Blackhawks.
Yep, the Blackhawks keep their name, and the Seminoles keep their name. So it's kind of, I don't know if you have the best lobbyists or what. I don't know.
I don't know. Interesting.
But,
okay.
yep.
So yeah, I'd eat some cod.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's in fish and chips, right?
I believe that is the fish and chips, which I've become more and more a fan of. I guess because it's fried.
Yeah.
I doubt they fried their cod, but it probably still delicious nonetheless. 4, I'm going mussels. I'm a giant shellfish person, and the first Thanksgiving included a lot of mussels. Yep.
Nice.
I don't know if I assume they boiled them probably. I doubt they maybe steamed them, but whatever it was, I'm sure it was very delicious, and I love any kind of shellfish, including mussels.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of mussels on Thanksgiving tables in typical American.
No, but if you were to go to a fancy restaurant, mussels would be on the menu before turkey would be on the menu.
Oh, that's true.
Yes. Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
Number 3,
I'm
going cornbread. Cornbread is one of my very, very favorite foods in the entire world. And it was documented that cornbread was in the first Thanksgiving, but it was they didn't call it corn though; they call it flint.
Oh,
it's like a native variety. So cornbread, I love cornbread, and cornbread would have been in the first Thanksgiving. So I don't know why. I guess a better role. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Well,
are you a cornbread fan at all, or am I all alone on this one?
I do like cornbread. I use Jiffy corn and I doctor it up in a stain or with a cast iron pan.
Ooh, nice. That sounds nice.
You put butter all around it. You doctor it up, throw extra stuff in there, sugar and sour cream.
Oh man!
And
Jiffy has a honey cornbread now. That's pretty good too.
Oh, honey and cornbread is like
essential.
It's not on my keto plan, but it's delicious.
Just corn, not cornbread.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mentioned it. So let's go to something that you are allowed to eat in your diet plan.
Yeah.
The second best food, not only I'd say for this Thanksgiving, but one of my favorite foods, period.
Yeah.
Duck. You take gross, dry turkey.
Yeah.
And you go to a fancy bird that every time I've ever had it, I say fancy because I've only had it like on fancy restaurants and like cruises.
Yeah.
But always moist and tender.
It is.
A fantastic mouthfeel, duck.
Great birds, great food.
They stuff theirs with onions and nuts.
Interesting.
Yes, very nice.
Now, see, I think the duck has a better temperament than the turkey, less likely to attack. And also the meat on the duck, as you mentioned, so much superior.
Is it because the tender is all jacked up on aggression? So it's a tougher meat. Duck is like a laid back, chill duck, chill fowl.
Yeah. There's another thing about ducks I can't say on the air, but they're well endowed.
Thanks for not saying that on air. I appreciate it.
No kid is going to know what that means.
Good code. Yes. We each other right now.
Google that later.
Thank you. I will. The best food that not only in the first Thanksgiving, but maybe my top 3 favorite foods, period. Because I don't get to I'll have very much because I'm not very fancy or wealthy. Lobster.
Ooh.
Lobster. Lobster is the best food ever eaten on Thanksgiving Day. And I wish that instead of that mush, I was eating lobster on my Thanksgiving meals.
I mean, I see nothing wrong with your list.
Now, question. Is lobster good because of the meat or because we're dipping it in like a garlic butter?
I think mostly B, a little bit of A.
That's what I think too. I wish that I was in charge of my life and kitchen, aka could make garlic butter anytime I wanted to without harassment, just to kind of prove this theory. Even the mush, I feel like if we could have dunked it in garlic butter, how much nicer would our Thanksgivings have been?
Like if everyone got a little cup of melted butter that they had to dip everything in.
Yeah, you put the stuffing in there and the sweet potato casserole and the green bean casserole. We would be in the bathroom for ages, but it'd been worth it.
I feel like Thanksgiving has been documented as one of the top days for plumbing calls.
You're either sleeping or you're crapping.
And there's lots of family members over there and they're all taking big family dumps.
That's kind of funny that you pile 40 people into someone's house with 1 or 2 bathrooms.
Right.
And then everyone's waiting on each other.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bad idea. Bad idea, Jeans.
Oh, I like where this went. This is very nice. All right, Dan, in spite of us not liking Thanksgiving food, I feel like this went pretty well.
Yeah, I think we found the little kernels of corn in the
It's corn.
yeah. All right, so now we're gonna do our worst foods.
Yes. Dan, here's why I think secretly everyone swears they love Thanksgiving, but I think if you were to really look inside yourself, they don't. Crowdsourced people had plenty to say about their least favorite foods.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite was someone wrote Thanksgiving food is blarf.
Blarf.
I think that might be a made up word, but I totally embrace it.
But everyone knows what they meant.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But I will share afterwards. I'll share because I don't want to step on our toes, but I'll share the crowdsourced list after we're done.
And blarf reminds me of one of John Candy's best roles, and he went Space Barf. In Spaceballs, he was Barf.
Barf.
Which were short for Bartholomew.
What's that was?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I heard a story that on Spaceballs, that George Lucas told them they could do it as long as the main character wasn't Han Solo.
Oh, nice.
And so they decided to make they made the main character Indiana Jones like.
Oh, nice.
So they'd like that's all kind of like a
it's kind of
at George Lucas after all.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Tell the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 joke to somebody the other day. It's to a kid knowing that they had no idea that it wasn't my original joke.
Nice.
But then they're like, what do you mean pass around my luggage? So then it didn't work out. All right, Dan, I'm jumping in.
Okay.
Second half of our delightful Ranks the Memories podcast is our least favorite Thanksgiving foods. Number 6 goes in direct against your number 6 for pro.
Sure.
All kinds and manners and cooking textures of vegetables. I don't know why we force one side of vegetables down our throats out of guilt on any given day.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to Thanksgiving, also we have to make 4 kinds of vegetables.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, they're good for you.
They're healthy. Can you name a second reason?
They when properly cooked, they taste delicious.
I've never had vegetables properly cooked.
Oh my gosh. Do you have an air fryer?
No.
Oh, you need an air fryer because you can roast almost any mushy thing we've mentioned, you can roast and it gets crispy and delicious.
Could I roast the green bean casserole?
You could roast it until it was black and then throw it in the trash. Yeah.
This reminds me of Dan, of our something we tried in our early 20s.
I know where you're going.
Dan and I have known each other for a long time, and we share our bad I guess taste in food. Dan bought a dehydrator.
Yeah.
So we could dehydrate foods. And we were working at a camp, and we just grabbed all the things we could grab, and ran away and hid in the woods and dehydrated everything. And bacon, obviously, probably one of Dan and I's favorite foods.
Oh.
Bacon. I don't want to describe to you what happens, because you would turn off the podcast and never listen again. But please, for the love of God, never dehydrate bacon.
No, because talk about mouthfeel. You get a little tiny bit of meat, and the rest is just squirts into your mouth like a gusher of grease.
All right, fine. It turns into it liquefies bacon. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And one of the most thankful things in my history of my being is that you ate it first. And so I got to see what happened and didn't subject myself to that horror.
Yeah, I'm surprised that like those baseball players who used to chew tobacco didn't move to bacon, because it's the same effect.
My theory is that you specialize in counseling because you've had to talk with a professional for years about what happened to you when you ate dehydrated bacon.
That's true.
It haunts my nightmares to this day.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
And in one way, I would say it was worse for me because I get to watch you eat it and see what happened and what came out of your mouth.
A lot of people say watching me eat is among the worst things.
Oh my goodness gracious! I think I'm on number 5 now.
You are.
I'll go over this briefly because I've already covered it. I don't like pie. I know I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I know it. You can't convince me otherwise. I don't like pie.
Yeah,
And most Thanksgiving spreads will have 3 to 4 different kinds of pie, and I don't like any of it.
you don't even like it if it's got Oreo crust.
Nope.
Or graham cracker crust.
Nope. None of the above.
Wow.
The only crust I like is pizza crust.
So you like pizza pie?
I like a pizza pie.
Okay.
I am Italian. Number 4, the worst food is sweet potato casserole.
Ooh.
I don't like sweet potatoes or yams or yuca or whatever we're going to call it. I don't know if they're the same or different or regional. It all tastes gross. And you know it's gross because the only way we'll serve it is if we coat it, smother it in marshmallows and brown sugar. And even then, you're like, ugh, I tasted some sweet potato in it. Every once in a while, the sweet potato taste will force its way through the marshmallow and brown sugar, and you gag a little bit. That's why you know sweet potato casserole is bad.
So you're not going to like this, but sometimes I will microwave a sweet potato and just eat it plain.
Sometimes I microwave a sweet potato and then throw it at my neighbors that I don't like.
So I feel like sweet potato casserole, I dislike it because it's too sweet.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And the best, there's 2 best ways to eat sweet potatoes. 1, sweet potato fries. 2, sweet potato tater tots.
I've tried both and can't do either.
Wow.
Yep, can't do it.
There's a restaurant in town that makes sweet potato tater tots that you dip in a wasabi sauce.
I might try that. That might be strong enough to cancel out the sweet potato taste. Maybe.
It's also orders of magnitude healthier in terms of the vitamins you get than a white potato.
Yeah. It's just a strong taste for me. I can't do it. Not at all.
No? It's all good.
Yep. Not good, though, is the 3rd worst food you can get in Thanksgiving. And I want to mix fun of stuffing or dressing. I don't know what the difference is also. But the stuffing or dressing that you grab, that you've put inside a turkey all day long, and then you like scoop it out and then give it to people to eat. That to me is really creepy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People make fun of haggis because they shoved a bunch of stuff in a stomach, and yet we'll scoop stuff out of the empty cavity of a turkey and think nothing of it.
I just watched yesterday Debbie Downer, and one of the things the Thanksgiving episode, and she talks about all the diseases you get from having the stuffing soaking the turkey. And I know it's all farce and jokes, but she has a very valid point.
Oh, yeah.
It's just sitting in raw turkey, just soaking up raw turkey juices. It cannot be good for you.
Yeah, it is a little weird. And
That's why it's like a stovetop.
And sometimes random weird bits of the turkey fall into the dressing.
And I'm creeped out by just having to stick my hand in that hole in general. So don't put things in. It's exit only.
I'm not going to riff on that.
Thank you. As I said it, I regretted it immediately.
Uh-huh.
Number 2, the worst food in Thanksgiving history
Uh-huh.
is white meat turkey.
Wow.
If I have to choke a turkey down, like I said, shove it in rolls, I can survive with dark meat turkey.
Huh.
But white meat turkey is the driest of all items. It might as well be called Sahara Desert turkey.
It's pretty dry.
Yeah.
Right, and that's because it's the white meat cooks quicker, and so it's done. And then you just overcook it every time.
This science lesson is brought to you by Ranksly Memories. I didn't know that, actually, Dan. Thank you.
And yet that's primarily what we eat in lunch meat is like sliced white meat.
It's better for you, I think, right?
I don't know. It's just what people like eating.
I think I was told that that the reason I like dark meat is because it's not as good for me as the white meat.
Oh, maybe. It's
Yeah.
like fatter or something in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned about white meat and dark meat during my stint as a chicken seller at Mrs. Winter's Chicken when I worked in high school.
Oh.
And the leg and the thigh are dark meat, and the breast and the wing are white meat. Sorry, and I just don't like, other than wings covered in sauce, I'm not a big white meat fan.
Yeah. I get it.
Dan, the worst, most hideous, most foul. That's not a wordplay. Scariest to look at food of all time when it comes to Thanksgiving is canned cranberries.
Interesting.
Canned cranberries are nasty. And I thought of a fun pun that I think will only amuse myself. I thought of yesterday. No matter how you slice it, canned cranberries are gross because my family watched some sort of TikTok. I think it was I think I want to blame TikTok instead of YouTube. Instead of slicing it in like circles like you've done your entire life, the new TikTok trend is to get the apple slicer out.
Oh.
And slice it into long, like almost like pickles.
Interesting.
And you will not be surprised that as nasty as that cranberry comes out of the can, and as nasty as it sits in those little spheres,
Yeah.
seeing them in elongated tubes is the grossest thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah, I could see that. That would be kind of gross, gelatinous.
It was gelatinous for sure.
So everything on your list, except for turkey, which is the main deal in Thanksgiving, is something that's supposed to be really flavorful to sort of trick you into thinking that turkey isn't bland.
But I'm not tricked. I think it just is a test of my intelligence. Not be conned into thinking to think that turkey is good.
No, you are like that dog that they tried to wrap the medicine in a slice of cheese, and you're like, you ate the cheese and spat out the medicine.
Dan, that's the nicest thing you ever said to me.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm like that dog.
You are. All right. So here's my worst list. Number 6. Oh, there's a couple of crowdsourcing folks who are not going to like this. Green bean casserole.
Oh boy.
This is also one of my wife's favorite dishes, but I don't understand why you would take what's a pretty decent vegetable that you can prepare crispish, like in butter, and you're going to instead say, nah, let's soak it in mushroom goo. Let's Let's get this vegetable as mushy as we can, put it in some Jell-O soup, make it taste like regret. And then, like, honestly, the only thing that prevents this ship of sadness from sinking deeper, and where would it sink deeper to? That one garbage can of dog owners that they only put dog crap in.
Yes.
What's the one thing that prevents it from sinking down deeper is the crispy onions on top.
It almost makes me wonder, why don't we try next year green bean casserole where it's just green beans and crispy onions? Let's forego the cream mushroom
goo
that turns into mush.
You know, I honestly don't know. Like, why aren't we putting crispy onions on good things like cheese dip? Why are we putting them on bad things like mushroom goo beans?
That's gross.
I think they should start calling them mushroom goo beans.
It should be called mushroom goo bean casserole.
Yep.
Yes.
Number 5 is cranberry sauce. Now here's the thing. I've actually tried it.
The cans?
No, I've tried the sauce.
Oh man.
It's good. Surprising. Because I mean, cranberries are delicious. They're wonderful berries. Among my favorite of juices.
My least favorite juice.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I derailed you. Sorry.
We're gonna have to break up this friendship. No, I do love a good cranberry juice. And so because of that, the sauce doesn't bother me, but I never choose to eat it because of the texture.
It's disturbing when it plops out of that can and retains the shape of the can.
Yeah. But if someone made a cranberry jam, I would throw that on anything.
I think that's why we saw a lot of crowdsource about the importance of homemade cranberry sauce over canned cranberry sauce, for sure.
All right. So number 4, I'm going to introduce this one with a joke. What do you get if you divide the circumference of a pumpkin by its diameter?
I don't know what.
Pumpkin pie.
A math joke. I love it.
Yeah. You know what? The audience has spoken. They want more math puns.
We get a lot of feedback. Please give us more math puns. Ranks for the memories.
So I feel like pumpkin pie is emblematic of the entire holiday, even more than turkey. But it's a food that you only eat because it's there. I don't think, barring a few people who, because of nostalgia, go buy a pumpkin pie, I don't think most people outside of Thanksgiving think, oh, I'm going to just wolf down some pumpkin pie. Now, there are some out there. I don't think people look at squash and think this is a dessert. I don't think you look at a tuber and think,
not a tuba.
It's not a tuba. It's pumpkin pie. So I don't think you'd make a mashed potato pie, unless it's the Depression era, where they're just mixing anything that they have together because it's the Depression. But I guess it's orange, so that makes it look like a dessert. And then, of course, you can put whipped cream on it. But whipped cream is just the fried onions of the pumpkin pie.
It sure is. My wife and her family loves pumpkin pie.
Yeah,
but I really think they love Cool Whip. If I looked at their plate, I don't see any pumpkin pie. I just see mountains of Cool Whip.
Yeah, and have you ever tried pumpkin, like canned pumpkin, without any of the spices?
I think that's what they put on dog food, don't they? I know several people that put pumpkins on their dog food to help their dog digest their food better.
Probably. I mean, it tastes like nothing.
I've never put pumpkin on any of my food, though, to help me digest it better.
So my point with pumpkin pie is you don't love the pumpkin, you love the spices. You could literally make that out of anything, but put pumpkin spices in there.
As proven by the ridiculous amount of coffee sold at Starbucks every single September and October.
Oh, yeah. There's no actual pumpkin in that.
Spices.
Just spices. Okay. Number 3, Jell-O-based casseroles.
I know what comes to mind for me, Dan. I bet you and I are on the same page on this. What do you think? You think of Jell-O-based casseroles?
I'm thinking of people that mix Cool Whip and Jell-O, or worst case scenario, like putting vegetables and layers of Jell-O and things like that.
What era do you think of when you think of Jello-based casseroles?
The 1970s.
Oh, man.
So I think the 1970s called and nobody should answer because nobody answers phones anymore because it's 2024. Also, nobody should make Jello casseroles anymore.
Jello-based casserole. What if they texted you, Dan? What would you do then?
If they texted me, I'd answer and say, no thanks. We don't need a Jello casserole. Yeah. So you like those?
No Jello-based casseroles for me, please.
What if it was in a pie?
Oh, nope, still not.
Okay. Number 2, stuffing with raisins.
Oh, raisins ruins everything.
Raisins. That should be the slogan of the show.
We're making t-shirts now for sale on Spotify and YouTube.
Raisins ruin everything. Or as I call them, grape corpses.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a bad food when people are trying to make it sound appetizing and they refer to it as ants. Like, hey, kids, you want ants on a log? And the kids are like, yeah, that sounds better than raisins. Or some people when if they're trying to trick the kids into eating it, it's bad. So they'll call it like nature's candy. But if you put nature in front of it, it means it's going to taste bad.
You know what's better than nature's candy? Candy.
Right. Well, and my problem with raisins and stuffing is the whole purpose of a raisin. The best way to eat a raisin is if it's completely dehydrated, almost like grape jerky. But if you put it in stuffing, it rehydrates a little bit. And so it's like you
reanimated grapes, didn't you?
Yeah, you're putting Tutankhamun in a river. And it's like, no, he's supposed to be dry.
It's like Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
It's alive.
And then sometimes you get a little bit of that little mini corpse mush pouch in your mouth. And you're like, why did I do this?
This is not a grape or a raisin. It's a travesty to humanity.
Right. Right now, somewhere like a California raisin is crying because he's here.
Or playing a saxophone.
All right. And then the number one, this should have been on everybody's list as the number one worst Thanksgiving food. Giblets.
Are you talking about the things that you put on your Crocs?
Nope. I'm talking about that little mystery loot bag of turkey parts that come in the crotch of the turkey. And then some people will boil those or put them in the dressing. And there's always some weird uncle or grandma who wants to eat the giblet. Don't trust that person. They're not ever going to die.
Oh, man. That's because speaking of the Depression, they were given a giblet during the Depression and have eaten it every year since.
Have you ever eaten a giblet?
I would rather eat a crock giblet than a turkey giblet.
Okay, so no one put giblets on there and the crowdsourcing, and maybe it's because it was just all assumed that nobody should eat that.
I think probably our listeners are such well educated, intelligent people.
Uh-huh.
They're like, well, of course we won't mention giblets. What sort of person would eat a giblet?
I don't know. A monster.
Monsters.
Yeah.
Dan, that's a fantastic list. Our listeners also were pretty on. The majority of people said cranberry sauce. No.
Mm.
And right after that was green bean casserole, which is funny because when you think Thanksgiving, as we've discussed several times on this episode,
yeah,
I think we're celebrating Thanksgiving out of obligation. None of us agree with it, but we just do it out of tradition.
Sure.
Green bean casserole, the second most hated food in all of our listeners.
Yeah.
One person described green bean casserole as God forsaken, which I thought was great.
Right. God.
And no one said that casserole with Funyuns on top, which I assume he means green bean casserole.
Although Funyuns would probably work.
Funyuns would be delicious.
Yeah.
Funyuns make everything better. Weird dressing and stuffing was popular, and sweet potatoes were popular. One person described sweet potatoes as an abomination.
Mm.
It wasn't me, but an abomination.
Wow.
My favorite, I think, crowdsourced mention was any casserole with mayo. There's a lot of people out there where mayo is a trigger for them. I don't know. I think you and I probably are both pro mayo, but I know several people are pretty squeamish around anything mayonnaise related.
I'm not a big fan of mayonnaise that you put out on a counter for several hours.
No, that's pretty creepy.
Uh-huh.
Ketchup and mustard you can grab that off a counter for the rest of your life, but mayonnaise, all of a sudden. What is also creepy? Why is mayonnaise sold on the shelf? Does that ever? If you think about that for a minute, that really creeps me out. Mayonnaise, it can be on the shelf for years, but the second you open it, it's got to be refrigerated and disposed of in the next 7 days.
Right, because there's eggs in there. Yeah.
But why? That is the seal really that good? I like mayonnaise in things, but the thought of mayonnaise being on a shelf for years and then just being A-OK creeps me out pretty much.
It is a little weird. If I am gonna eat a mayonnaise based salad, it's gonna be a giblet salad.
All right, we will now pause for station identification while I hurl into whatever the nearest receptacle I can find. A bottle of mayonnaise giblets.
Yum. Yeah.
Dan, I don't know why you were sabotaging my joy and happiness, but you successfully did it.
You know, if you need if you run into problems during Thanksgiving, whether it's cooking your turkey or basting your turkey or not finding happiness because of your turkey, you can call 1-800-Butterball. And they have people on the phones ready to answer your turkey related questions.
Does it have to be turkey related questions, or could I unburden myself with how difficult it is to be around my mother-in-law?
Yeah, I think you can do whatever you need to do.
Do you think they'd be good listeners at 1-800-Turkey?
I mean, we could try calling them if you really wanted to.
Do you think they're still accepting calls, or are they shut down for the year?
No, the entire month of November and December, they are available.
I guess it makes sense. People are probably foolishly making turkeys for Christmas as well.
And there's a lot of turkeys left over at those grocery stores, and they still are selling those.
At discounted prices. But
you won't be finding them in any restaurants.
Nope. No mouthfeel at any restaurant in the United States area.
Nope.
Well, ranks to the memories. I think that in spite of Dan and I not liking Thanksgiving at all, we really knocked this one out of the park. Please post or comment or star or tell your friends about Ranks to the Memories, because as you just listened, this was a masterpiece, like an audio work of art.
It was a cornucopia of entertainment.
When I think of cornucopia, I think of mini ears of corn.
That sounds so delicious.
I would like to eat a cornucopia of mini ears of corn.
I'll ask ChatGPT to draw that for you.
Thank you. Please send that. Make sure anyone in the picture has 13 fingers.
There you go.
And the word cornucopia is spelled with 3 Z's.
And starts with the letter K backwards.
Listeners, we appreciate you so much. Dan and I do this for lulz, but we sure are having fun, and we hope you are too. Please tune in for a 13th episode coming soon to you and your ears. Bye, guys.
Bye. Yeah.